Hello everyone. So we're going to discuss about the Korean language, the language class for that the many foreigners who speak English, who speak Korean as a second language. All right, so I hope that many people are having a hard time to memorize about each and every the Korean vocabularies. In this case, I could able to say that the English is a very tricky to memorize all the vocabularies because some of the words are same and there's no such thing as expression for honorific word for adults. But in Korean, Korea is the most conservative country in Asia. So therefore, that each and every young and elder people have some the honorific words. So whenever we try to, for example, whenever we try to say hi, Mary, let's say if that person Mary is the age of 50s, I'm 40s. Hi, Mary. But in Korean society, it is um it is not accepted to say as a hi Mary, who's a Mary is a 50-year-old person. So it's very important to keep with keep with all the rules when we have tried to have a conversation with Korean with other people. Okay, let's try to go for next page. At first, before when I try to go for this topic, so what I try to give as an announcement is that I try to do as a YouTube, which is called as a Kim's Korean culture and lifestyle. Okay, so you can come up with my that YouTube website so that it might be very helpful to understand about how to express about the Korean the language. Okay, let's try to go for next page. So today's lesson, so what I'm going to describe about is that the honorific word. But today's lesson will be about the first class about the honorific word. So today, so what I'm going to describe about is that the Korean language theory, which is called as the honorific word. In English, there's no such thing as an honorific word. Whenever the person is elder or younger, then it's very important to try to make friendly expressions to other, right? In America, I could able to say that the country is a very open-minded. Each and every people whose ages are older and younger, we try to say, "Hi, Mary," or "Hi, Susan." Let's say if that the person's name who got about the Susan or Mary's age is 50 and I'm 40, but then in America it's okay, but according to Korea it's impossible. Even in Korea, for example, it's very important to have some honorific word with the elder people. Actually, according to my family, I'm the only child in this family. But let's say that if I try to say something to my elder brother, let's say if my elder brother's name is Tersu, but I cannot say yes, Tersu야, 너 왔어? No, it's impossible to say as an expression. It's because whenever if I try to say my older brother as Tersu, no, it might be the very the rude expression to say. So, what could be the best way to say? 형, 형, 오늘 잘 지냈어? 형, 오늘 어때? So we try to give as expressions as 형. 형 means that it's kind of a word that the young boy, whenever they try to give expressions to as an elder brother, we try to say as a word as 형. Okay, I'm going to try to give you as an example. Let's say if I have a one elder sister. If my elder sister is 2 years older than me, let's say if my elder sister's name is Younghee. Youngya! Do you think it's the right expression to say? No. It's impossible to say. So what could be the best way to say? 누나, 오늘 잘 지냈어? 누나. We need to put as the honorific word, or we try to say as a word as nuna. The word of nuna could be you come from the word as the one of if one younger brother is young man is trying to say something to ask the older woman, then we try to say as the word as nuna. Then another expression that I'm going to share with you is oppa. What do you mean by word as oppa? Let's say if I have a younger sister, Then if the younger sister wanted to tell something, let's say if my name is 수현. 수현아, 오늘 잘 지냈어? Is this the right expression? No, definitely not. So what we try to say is 오빠, 오늘 어땠어? 오빠, 오늘 잘 지내, right? This is how the ways that to try to expressions for even the brothers and sisters or something like that. For example, let's say that I'll try to give us another expression. Let's say if one of the families have two sisters, if one younger sister tried to call the elder sister, let's say if the elder sister's name is Young. Young, do you think it's correct? Is it is a correct expression? No. What we try to say is 언니, 언니 배고파? 언니 밥 먹을까? This is the correct expression we try to say. So I could able to say that Korean language is a very difficult to understand or something like that. But now these days, the surprising news about Korea is now even South Korea belongs to as a conservative country. I heard that now these days, cougar marriage gets increased these days. Cougar marriage means that the young man and older woman couple, they try to get married. So what do we try to give as expressions to the elder people? This is very tricky question that do you have to say 누나? No. According to these expressions, there's kind of exceptions that we try to say as 자기야 or something like that. So I can able to describe is that in Korea is one of the conservative country in Asia. So definitely, if it's a Korean word, there's a old Korean expression which is called 남녀칠세 부동석, which means young and elder people have kind of rules or something like that. So next page, what I'm going to describe about is that I'm going to describe about the for good examples of the honorific word. Okay, let's try to repeat these vocabularies one by one. Pop, 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 pop. 진지, 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 진지. So if you try to give us expressions of the pop and 진지, both these two words has been translated as rice. So what could be the differences between the pop and 진지? According to the word as pop, pop could be used as for only for friends, but if you try to describe the word as 진지, let's say if I try to say my mother, 밥 먹어? No, that's very incorrect expression. So how do you say? 어머니 진지 드세요. It's a correct answer. So whenever you try to use as a word as 진지, 진지 could be described as an honorific word of pop, so which means rice. Okay, let's try to give as another expression. 생일, 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 생일. 생신, 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 생신. Okay, so whenever we try to say as a word as 생일 or 생신, what do you mean by these two words? These two words that we try to describe the word as birthday, right? So according to the word as a 생일, 생일 could be described for as friends, but if we try to describe as a 생신, 생신 could be described as an adult. Excuse me. Let's say if I try to say something to my grandmother, 할머니 생일 언제야? No, this is very incorrect expression. 생일 could be described only for as a friend. So how do we try to say to the elder people? 생신이 언제세요? That is the correct expression because this word of 생일 could be the honorific word that came from 생일. Let's try to go for the next one. 나이, 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 나이. 연세, 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 연세. Okay, so if you try to describe the two different meanings, which is called as a 나이 and 연세, so what do you mean by that? It describes a word as an age, right? So, if you try to say as, how could we say how old are you in Korean? It could be described into the two different kinds of meanings. So how do you say, if it's for friends, we try to say as, if my friend's name is 현보, then how do you try to say? 현보야. 오늘 나이가 몇 살이야? That could be the correct expression. But let's say if I try to say as for my parents, then I try to say as 나이가 어떻게 되세요? No, it's incorrect because not word of 나이 could be described as for friends. So how could he able to describe the word? We try to say as 연세가 어떻게 되세요? That could be the correct answer. Let's try to go for next one. So I just tried to describe as expressions about the two different their translations of between the how old are you and 진지 드세요, right? So the most important point is that what I'm trying to say is that how old are you? In a friendly expression, we try to say as 나이가 몇 살이야? But if we try to say as for elder people, we try to say as 연세가 어떻게 되세요, right? Okay, these are the expressions so that it might be very helpful to understand with it. So the next the class, what I'm trying to describe about is that how to express about another expressions of honorific word, which is called as 높임말. Alright, so thank you for the expression. So next expression, I'm going to describe more details about the honorific word or how to describe with it. Thank you very much and have a nice day.